Hello everybody. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. I have a new collection out on OpenSea. It is called Liquidity. Take a look. There's a link in the description below. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says cryptocurrency prices today. The market continues trading in red. It is a very light red, might I add. XRP, Dogecoin, and Cardano are currently down. Only one of them is actually down at the moment, and we're going to be getting into that in a couple of seconds. A lot of people, or rather, I'll put it to you this way. The global macroeconomic situation is still afoot. Yes, inflation is still a thing. Yes, we are still having issues with stocks going down and real estate prices going down and this going down and everything kind of going down at the exact same time. So if you've been here for the better part over a year now, you know that we're basically just waiting for stocks to kind of go back up, because then we'll also go back up and then everybody starts making money again. Yay! Also in news, for some reason there was a lot of like Stellar Lumens price news, which I didn't exactly understand. Stellar Lumens is almost never in the news at all. It was in the news a couple of 2 or 3 days ago that there was some company or agency who was thinking about potentially using them. But usually that's not enough for any actual movement in price. It's because no one's actually using that blockchain anymore, and really weren't years ago. But alas, this kind of just is, where we are. It says a quick recovery or a prolonged Bitcoin winter. It says the last month or two has seen more than its fair share of crypto FUD. Sure, why not? However, the bear market could be over quicker than expected. There are a lot of analysts who are talking, and it's basic logic. It's not even like they're actually analyzing, because if it is, then I'm also now a crypto analyst. It's basically them looking at where prices are moving, how we're correlated to other markets, the idea that if those markets go down, we're also going down, as it is expected that the global money turn down would also be dragging us down as well. However, if we end up getting to the point, most of them all have the exact same kind of idea. If we end up getting to the point where the Federal Reserve lowers interest rates further, i.e. not a 0.5% raise, but a 0.25% raise, or simply keeps doing the 0.5%, or only does it 2 or 3 more times as is expected sometime next year, then we'll get to the point where markets begin to roar back up. So I don't know if it's just me. I feel like we've gone through worse. This year also went by extremely fast. Time works differently for everyone. So I don't know if everyone had a rapidly fast year, but it's almost Christmas. It's the weirdest thing in the entire world. I remember it being September. I remember it being like blazingly hot in the summer. There was like a day or two of spring, and then it was like January. So I'm not really sure where the year went. So maybe it just kind of has flown by for me. But, sure, prices have fallen in the past, and we have eventually seen them rise again, because that's what typically happens within the cryptocurrency space. In the most popular news story of the day, it says Dogecoin price revisits 7 cents. Will it rise again? The news of Dogecoin falling in price took me by a bit of a surprise, because I was like, why is everyone so focused this morning on Dogecoin? Well, for those of you who have not heard, it says Dogecoin down by 2%. As Elon Musk lets Twitter users vote on his resignation. That's right, boys and girls. For those of you who haven't heard about it, Elon Musk went on to Twitter yesterday and basically was asking people if he should resign as the CEO of Twitter. So the speculation is that he did this to show that Twitter was a democratic process and that he would simply do what people said that he should do on the platform. However, it has been guesstimated that behind the scenes, the larger shareholders of the company have told him to leave, and therefore he was already on his way out, but now he's asking people in a poll if he has been doing a good job and if he should stay a lot longer. Spoiler, for those of you who haven't seen it, it's a resounding yes. Like, yes has, I think there's like a little bit of time left for the actual poll going on, but the vast majority have said yes, that he should actually leave. For those of you who haven't been paying attention to the news, it's been a debacle from the very beginning. Recently, a number of journalists have been banned from Twitter, which, if the platform is meant to be about free speech, it can't just be about your free speech. People have also been banned from linking to other websites, and more in particular, to other social media platforms. There were a bunch of crypto people who were trying to link other people over the last couple of days to other decentralized, if you will, social media platforms. And lo and behold, they couldn't do it because the people at Twitter, mainly Elon Musk, who's the head, told them that they couldn't link to other social media platforms because they should only be using Twitter, and the other 35,000 other things that have also been going on. So it says Elon Musk might step down as Twitter CEO. Here's why. He probably has already been actually kicked out by the shareholders. I don't know if you know how a CEO works. I know a lot of people don't. It's more of a, you may be the head of the company, but there's also major money behind you. You are not king of all kings. You are sitting on a throne that you can be pulled down from very easily, especially if there is a vote of no confidence. You are completely out the door if the majority votes, not on Twitter, in the actual boardroom, that you are relatively incompetent or you are going to be dragging down their money. However, this has tied directly into people talking about Dogecoin and Dogecoin going down. For those of you who were not here the last 9.5 years, Elon Musk, I believe, has a very large amount of Dogecoin. There's no reason why this man would be talking about or loving a coin that he owned nothing of. So a lot of people believed that when he became the head of Twitter, that he would instantly be allowing Dogecoin to be the number one payment option on Twitter. I spoke to all of you about that before. That's not how it works. That's not how money works. You can't simply integrate all of these things as a payment platform because you have to get tons of paperwork to be able to do so. Yada, yada, yada. So a lot of people are quite sad right now that Muskie might be leaving. I'll let future decide from here where things actually end up going. But a lot of people, once again, if you haven't been seeing me clicking from the last 35 tabs, Dogecoin in red as Musk asks users if he should step down as head of Twitter. This was the most popular news story of the day. It ties into the price news, if you will, as Dogecoin is currently down. So, yeah, there's also that. At the moment, stock futures are up slightly higher. Asian and Indian stock exchanges around the world are like lightly in green. A lot of people are mainly looking to see what happens with the U.S. stock market. This is off of the back of the information that we got last week from the Fed that they had risen the price of the interest rates, and that they may be doing so further along into the future, which is basically period. That's kind of all there is. Everyone just waiting for information from that. Also in like price news, I don't know where this actually fits in. Snowden was also heavily in the news today as Elon Musk's Twitter poll has shown a resounding yes to him leaving. Edward Snowden has announced that he would like to take over as the CEO for Twitter, and that he would love to do so if he was paid in Bitcoin. Hear me out here. I don't think that either one of these is going to happen. I don't know his credentials at all, and I don't know if he has. Also Muskie didn't. So whatever. I was gonna say, like, I don't know if he has the actual know-how to be the CEO of a company like Twitter. And also, sure, why not? I feel like he could find any other job and also be paid in Bitcoin, but that's kind of neither here nor there. So a lot of people were also quite riled up about the fact that he was talking about doing this as well. Yeah. So that's, if you will, all the price news that we have right now. Markets are slightly in red across the board here and in the traditional one. Everyone's kind of waiting to see where the stocks are going to go, because it could be a very big week for the markets. Usually over the last year, we have seen that if we get an interest rate rise on a Wednesday or a Thursday, the next week usually has prices going back up, as people have forgotten the fear that, was inflicted onto them the week before by the Federal Reserve. So prices could be going up, but I myself personally, I am waiting for a notice from the Fed that they will not be raising interest rates anymore, like at all, no more, so that prices can go back up. Still waiting for the spring session. I myself, not financial advice, I am still buying all the time. I'm looking at these very inexpensive NFT prices, and I am basically buying up my bank account. That's the price news. And Snowden is trying to, or proposed, that he could become the new Twitter CEO. Sure, why not? I'd love to see it for a week, but I have a feeling, I think it'd be like a very boring platform. But sure, why not? All right. That's the news. That's the news is. And yeah, let's move on. Also in relatively popular news, and I don't know why this was popular news at all, Sherrod Brown, that is Sherrod Brown, the head of the United States Banking Committee, announced that the US SEC and the CFTC should put an embargo on cryptocurrency. He further stated that the Treasury Department and all other agencies should evaluate any potential actions linked to cryptocurrency markets. Brown was speaking to Chuck Todd, the moderator of NBC's Meet the Press. I can't speak English. Sherrod Brown added, maybe banning it, although banning it is very difficult because it will go offshore and who knows how that will work, end quote. So when I read the quote to myself before this video, maybe banning it, although banning it is very difficult because it will go offshore and who knows how that will work, I rubbed my chinny chin and said, let me find out how old this man is. He's 70. That's why he said crypto would go offshore. Crypto can't go offshore because it's everywhere. Everywhere that the internet is, or where there are satellites, or where there's radio signals, that's where crypto is. So there is no going offshore. It's simply you being dumb enough to ban it within your country and then assuming that people would still not have access to it when you can have access to Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies kind of all you want. And then also him announcing who knows how that will work. I think we all have a general idea. Once again, I had to look and see how aged this man was. He's 70, so I really don't assume that he knows even the basics of the Shah or anything else like that when it comes to the Shah. When it comes to Bitcoin, this was very popular because he is the head of the U.S. Banking Committee. I didn't find this shocking or surprising at all because he's the head of the Banking Committee. One of two things is going on here. Either he really hates this brand new scary technology called the internet, called crypto, because he doesn't use it or doesn't know what to do with it. Or B, there's only two options here. Or B, he's lying. He knows exactly what it is, and he's trying to bring down prices that he could buy some himself. I'm kind of stuck between like A point B, like I think it's somewhere in the middle. He realizes that he can make money off of this, but also A, he doesn't understand that crypto can't go offshore because it's everywhere. It's kind of like the idea of a cryptocurrency exchange in Japan telling people within Japan that they can only buy 7 or 8 different coins on a cryptocurrency exchange. Well, that's cool I'm simply going to use the internet and or MetaMask and have access to 15,000 other coins that I couldn't get access to. It's like we're living in the future, but governments are still desperately clinging to like a 1982 kind of scenario. And also, of course, no surprise here. He said that the reason why there needs to be an embargo or a stop to cryptocurrencies is because of FTX. Because we all know, if for those of you who haven't been here, Bitcoin is FTX and FTX is Bitcoin. When FTX was created in 2002, it had a small child which it called BTC. BTC has now grown up and has taken over the internet. And when FTX fell, Bitcoin was appendaged to FTX, so they both had to fall at the exact same time, as they are Siamese. Yeah, see, everything I just said was nonsense. So the idea that all of crypto should be banned or embargoed or is dangerous or terrible or will have illicit usages because of FTX is something that a 70-year-old person would say. This was, I guess, maybe unpopular news because it doesn't make a lot of sense, but it was everywhere in the news as oh no, they may be doing this. That's not how it works. If gigantic IF, the United States does decide to ban cryptocurrencies within their country, get ready, other countries, because you're about to become a lot richer. Because people will simply get up and leave and go somewhere else. They are not the only place where cryptocurrencies take place or are being used. And also, many other countries have much more favorable tax laws. I'm not sure why anyone would even... Anyway, that's the U.S. banking chair has talked about the possibility of banning crypto. Please do it. I would love to see it, because there would be a lot of other places which would become massively wealthy, and in 15 years, we'd be looking at a very different economic situation for the United States. That's that news, which was popular. Sure, why not? You go, Sherrod Brown. You ban that crypto going offshore, living in the 1920s. All right, let's move on. Also in popular news, which I was like, okay, sure, why not? The Nigerian government will reportedly soon be passing a law that will recognize the usage of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as a means to keep up to date with global practices. The news was reported by Nigerian-based Masthead Punch newspapers, on the 18th of December, following an interview with House of Representatives Committee on Capital Markets Chairman Babangida Ibrahim. The report stated that if in the Investments and Securities Act of 2007, the amendment bill, is signed into law, it would allow the local securities... 2007? Would allow the local Securities and Exchange Commission to recognize cryptocurrency and other digital funds as capital for investment. Ibrahim stressed the need for Nigeria to keep up to date with trends and developments in capital markets. He said, like I said earlier, the second reading, we need an efficient and vibrant capital market in Nigeria. For us to do that, we have to be up to date with global practices. The report comes almost 24 months after Nigeria banned crypto activity in February 2021. Yeah, so first of all, Nigeria, I believe, is if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's the largest country in Africa for cryptocurrency activity. Like, I think it is the place. Like, when you look at metrics for people who are Googling the word Bitcoin, how to buy Bitcoin, where to buy Bitcoin, how can I get Bitcoin, how do I buy crypto, I believe it's Nigeria, then followed by South Africa. I can't remember the third country, but Nigeria is always in there. They also have a booming tech sector. So I just assume that this has to do with the government being like, oh, snap, so we really need to jump on it, because maybe somebody was like, if we get into it first and prices go up and the sector continues to boom, we will become one of the wealthiest nations on the planet. This is how I assume the conversation went. I assume it was a bit more dry and, took a longer amount of time, but that's kind of what it comes down to. Sure, why not? Go for it. Do it. Make that money. It says Nigeria looking to legalize Bitcoin usage. Right. I don't really know what else to add on here. This was quite popular. I was surprised, because usually a lot of times when we get news about, other places in the world besides America, it usually tends not to be the most popular news. But sure, be a leader. Do it. It's clear that, at least to me, it's clear that crypto has made it and will only make it further. And prices will continue rising, and Bitcoin's price will rise as the halving and can, blah, 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 blah. I would love some news that Nigeria was one of the first countries as well to actually accumulate Bitcoin and have it in their treasury. That'd be kind of crazy, because imagine if we get to $1 million Bitcoin. Well, guess who's one of the richest countries on the planet? So that was also popular. Cool. Some real news. I wasn't expecting it too much. Let's move on. Also now this is where it gets interesting. What have you noticed over the course of this video? Right, there's been like real news, like real things are happening once again within the cryptocurrency space. I think there was like 1 or 2 FTX stories. I can't explain how proud I am of everyone that we're finally moving along. There were, I will admit, desperate attempts by a lot of people who were writing news stories to try and scare other people. I saw some, and I won't even mention the name of what it is because I don't want to strike fear in the heart of anyone. It was something along the lines of the cryptocurrency community continues to collapse as blank, may also be affected by blank, and this is all thanks to FTX. Like, they were trying to link FTX to something that's not even happening. I won't tell you because it's not happening. Basically announcing that other things might collapse. They're not, because of FTX. So now we've gotten to the point where the FTX news is very, very thin. And it is nice to see so that we can move on as a community, because we won't be able to do so until this is all behind us. For those of you not looking at the screen, the popular FTX news of the day was that apparently Sam Bankman-Fried is not going to say no to being dragged to the United States. Yeah, see, right? It's like almost nothing. It was great. So basically the news is he was never planning on saying no to being extradited to the land of the U.S. He is in U.S. territory. But now he never said that he was not going to go. But now that he has officially announced that he's not going to go, this is the news. And everyone's like, yeah, he's going to face justice in the U.S. And it's like he was planning on doing it before, because he would have fled to Argentina or to Venezuela or to some other country the moment he saw everything collapsing. But he didn't, because, he was... That's the FTX news. Wow, that's crazy. Those are letters on a screen. I can't believe it. All right, let's move on. Also what? No way. There's no way that could ever happen and that people are falling for it. More than 350 fraudulent cryptocurrency tokens were created per day this year alone, defrauding millions of investors. According to blockchain risk monitoring firm Solidus, I don't know, Labs, once again, 350 fake scammy coins were created per day. You know how like every single time that they have like a mechanical, I see the picture now. I was like, why is there a mechanical spider? It's a mechanical spider who has written out the word scam in its web. Wow, that's inventive. You know how like all the time I'm always telling people like, hey, this coin looks fake, or don't get into that coin, and people keep asking me, what do you think about this coin? And I'm like, well, it's probably garbage. I remember, TMI remembers the amount of people over the course of the summer who were asking me how to get into Celsius or DeFi, and I'm like, nope, there's a reason why I don't talk about all those things. It's because they're usually scams and usually are garbage, and I'm usually telling everyone, especially if you are new here, this is actual financial advice. If you are new to crypto and you have decided that you want to spend your extra money that you've had after you've paid your rent and your bills and your utilities and your health insurance, the little extra money that you have left over that you want to put that into crypto, maybe just focus on the biggest coins and not the brand new things that came out a day and a half ago that are promising you that they're going to go up by 95x. From the start of the year to December 1st, there were 117,000 scam tokens that were deployed according to Solidus 2022's rug pull report. You know that's not normal, right? That's not a normal way to interact in any type of... This is why we're getting regulated. This right here is exactly why governments are constantly regulating. Can you imagine if every year there had been 117,000 scam stocks entering the stock market? You know what that would do to the stock market? It would cause it to collapse. Nobody would and I mean like collapse, not like go down. No one would be using it. 117,000 scam tokens just this year. That's a 41% increase from the nearly 83,400 scams tokens that happened in 2021. The report claims that the majority of them were on a large portion were on Binance chain, with 12% of them being fraudulent. The second network was Ethereum, with 8% of the ERC20 tokens alleging to be scams. And there's a little chart right there. So as always, please protect yourself, protect your money. Make sure that you know where your money is going to, what you're putting it in. There's a reason why I say do your own research. It's not simply because it sounds nice. It's also because it's imperative, because people keep trusting. I don't know how people can do it either. It's the weirdest thing in the entire world. But that's humanity for you. So if this doesn't scare you, nothing will. 117,000 fake tokens were created this year. So I hope that none of you lost money to it because, you know, you didn't have to. All right. Let's move on. Also in the news, this was very, very popular news. Charles Hoskinson, the co-founder of Cardano, has hit back at XRP supporters over claims that he was trying to damage Ripple's reputation and create FUD against the embattled network. In a 6-minute video, Hoskinson expressed frustrations over how some XRP community members had responded to comments he made concerning the projected time the SEC versus Ripple case would likely end. He said, "I talked a bit about a rumor that I had heard from a pretty reliable source who was close to the case about a potential resolution of the case by the 15th of September. So I just threw it out there and said, well, there's something that I've heard," he said, referring to the comments he made in a surprise Ask Me Anything session on Monday, the 12th of December. For those of you who missed that little, thing that was happening, Charles Hoskinson makes, I think, a YouTube video every single day. Like 87% of them, random number, is him basically just like ranting about some woman in a supermarket said something bad about Cardano, and then he makes a 20-minute video talking about how he didn't like her dress and her toenail polish wasn't the right color for her. It's these really weird videos where, like, any time that anyone says anything negative about Cardano, he goes off on a rant about it. I mean, is he trying to prove that the coins are security? I'm not really sure. So he's had his words over the years about XRP and other coins and how they're not that good or aren't as great as Cardano, what have you, so on and so forth. But recently, for some reason, he's been talking a lot about XRP. I don't know why. Maybe he likes the letters or whatever is happening in his life. And he announced last week that the 2-year-long lawsuit was ending on the 15th of December. That's why it was really weird that, somebody so prominent in the cryptocurrency space would even discuss something like that, because you kind of just let it happen and then you discuss it. And basically, because he released that information that he said that he heard from a source that this was going to happen, and it did not happen, everyone got a little bit upset. And now he's annoyed that everyone else is upset with him, that he created a rumor that, exploded on the internet, and everyone was talking about, we talked about it here. We were like, well, let's see what happens on the 15th. Oops, nothing actually ended up taking place. I don't know this was also popular because it has to do with Cardano and XRP. So of course it's going to make gigantic news, but sure, maybe just make videos about Cardano. Apparently he was also mentioning the importance of the Ripple versus SEC case in accordance with, if Ripple wins, then Cardano will also have a win as well, as far as like not being deemed a security. But like, I don't know. So a lot of people are angry with him. I want to say rightfully so, but it's more like just stop. Just stop. Like in general, like, I don't know. Hoskinson has been doing this for a while now. I jokingly said like 8 times this year, like, take away his Twitter and his, like his social media, because he keeps saying really wild things. And then he gets surprised when people like strike back at him. He's like, what are you talking about? All I said was that Stellar Lumen shouldn't be a blockchain. And it's like, well, anyway, that's the Charles Hoskinson says he will no longer be discussing XRP because he keeps saying weird stuff and then gets upset when people get annoyed that he said weird stuff news. All right, that's the Hoskinson news. Let's move on. Also, I think this is supposed to be, that's a wild photo. What? It's like Final Fantasy something. In news that's supposed to be, I don't know, scary or something weird like that. You know how like there's always those like chain tracking companies. So basically, people were looking at older wallets, older Ethereum wallets, and they found out that really, and I air quote here, really old wallets from 4 years ago moved a bunch of Ethereum. So one of the movements was 13,000 ETH, and the other one was 9,800 ETH. And there were so many articles. I'm just showing you one. There were so many articles that were talking about, will there be a massive drop in Ethereum's price if these old wallets sell off? In the nicest way possible, one, these wallets were only 4 years old. Two, if these wallets had 2.2 million and 9.8 million Ether, I would be a little bit more scared about them actually selling off. Ethereum's price is not going to collapse because of 22,000 Ether being sold when there are over, I think it's over 120 million ETH are currently in circulation. That's not how liquidity works at all. Four, people can do what they want with their own crypto when they want and how they want. That's the point of the blockchain and also of self-custody. Every time that there's any wallet, and I'll even go a step further, any Bitcoin wallet that moves coins, and the coins haven't been moved in 8 years, there are tons of websites that tell people to panic. Why? Because they think that these older wallets are somehow tied to some ancient guru who knew that they had, that Bitcoin was going to make it years ago. And now that they are moving or realizing that they have $120 million in Bitcoin, that they may sell their coins. Sure. If you were my friend and you told me you found an old computer that had $120 million worth of Bitcoin on it, I would help you every step of the way to make sure that my friend at the end of the day had $120 million in their bank account. It's your money. You do with it what you wish. So one of the more popular news stories was that 2 old Ethereum wallets, 4 years ago, moved their money. Oh my gosh. I'm excited to see, listen, I kind of want to do this on purpose. I kind of want to become a whale of one particular coin. And then in like 2035, I want to just move those coins back and forth between like 5 different addresses and scare the heck out of the market, because that's apparently all it takes. And at that point, there'll be 13-year-old addresses. Everyone's like, whoa, that's so scary. I can't believe those coins are moving. It's the point of the network. It's people's money. They can do what they want, when they want, how they want. That's the point of the blockchain. That's the Ethereum. It says Ethereum bulls. I assume these are just people who got in really early. For those of you who missed the news, Ethereum used to at some point be worth 49 cents. Yeah, and then it was stuck at $1 for like a very long time. So they probably just were like, hey, I got some money to throw around, and they bought really early. News. Alrighty. Let's moving on. And also in news that people tried to make news, but this isn't really anything spectacular. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says an Israeli court has ruled that authorities can seize crypto in 150 blacklisted wallets. For those of you who don't know what a blacklisted wallet is, it's basically a wallet that may have dirty coins. The idea being, if at any point, I've gone over this like 5 times this year, if at any point you are in possession of cryptocurrencies that maybe a year and a half ago was alleged or accused or used in something that was illegal or illicit or fraudulent, any other wallet that touched those coins after could be seen as the continuation of a money laundering plot, i.e., a person did something bad with those coins. They transferred to B wallet, C wallet, D wallet, E wallet, and it kind of continues. At some point, it got to you, but your wallet may be blacklisted because it's holding a portion of the bad coins per se. That's what happens to blacklisted wallets. Nearly all regulated cryptocurrency exchanges, sometimes you'll try and send coins to their wallets or like to their platforms, and sometimes they'll bounce back to you because they won't allow those coins on their platforms. So the news is that an Israeli court has ruled that the government can seize crypto from blacklisted wallets. And people were like, what? That's unfair. That's not how decentralization works, but that's how governments work. And that's how courts work. Did you think that the court was going to rule in favor of decentralization and things like that? Yeah, see, it sounds stupid when you say it out loud. No, that's not how at all it was going to work. So a lot of people were throwing this around as if this is some like unprecedented type of news case where we've never heard about governments helping each other and court rulings like this. Yeah, the point of crypto is that it's decentralized and governments are, say it with me, it's the C word, centralized. Yeah, they're the ones who, this is why we have crypto. It's to get away from centralized sources like this. So did anyone out there find it surprising that a government did something like this? Or that they now have the power to be able to go after? Governments can already do that. They can freeze your bank account and then take all your funds from it. That's why self-custody is really important. Oh, shout out to everyone out there who got themselves a ledger in the last couple of days. Yeah, see? I see all you self-custody people out there. That's how it works. You self-custody your own crypto because that's what cryptocurrencies are about. If you have it on a cryptocurrency exchange, they're centralized. So the point is they may collapse and or take your money, but they can't do that when it's on a ledger because it's yours. That's the court ruled in favor of the government. What? That's crazy. I've never heard of something like that in my entire life. All right, I sound stupid. Let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters: Martin Steuer, Bodie McBoatface, still ridiculous, Sam Ratter, Dotha Diddy, Manny Cryptos, Crypto Gambino, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Jamie Saad, and let's move on. Empire Queen, Roman Gaba, Bitcoin, Ben Arachno, Dave the Dealer, Zen Captain, Something in the Z, Way, Lay, Mo Barazzi, VB Nerd 21, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Need a Miracle, Paternoster, Navarro Williams, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Nostromo, John Sarson, The Anima, Rita, Bibliophobia, Todd, where am I? I'm a reader, Bibliophobia, here we go. Adam Graysick, why? I'm a mess. Adam Graysick, Wise Night Owl 242 to the world. Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Coldy 3D, Setsuna, Paxis, Nick Mangialavori, Jim Gardner, Jeremy Fox, Minting Coins, Yes to Crypto, Anytime Fitness, Monk's Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigara, Macho Nisa, and On Crypto with Lionel. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to everyone who left a like, a comment, has subscribed, who is looking at the screen, everyone who is, I don't know, I can't think of other stuff, but thank you for being here. At the moment, Bitcoin is up by 0.24%, As the futures are up, so is the Bitcoin up. Ethereum is up by 0.37 percentile points. Binance coin is up by 0.31. XRP is down by 2.59 percentile points. Who knows why? I assume it has something to do with the lawsuit and the, what do you call it? And the answer not being there a couple days ago. Who knows? It could be a bajillion and a half things. Matic is down by 1.1%. OKB is down. Where's Dogecoin? Dogecoin is down by 0.0. Oh, nope, it's green now. 0.22%. Didn't take that too long. Anything else? Shiba Inu is up by 3%. Leo is down by 5%. It has less than $1 million trading volume because the coin's probably fake. It's number 20. It shouldn't even be in the top 1,000. It has less than $1 million of trading volume. Avalanche is up by 1.3. Ton coin is up by 4.98%. I believe this is the coin from Telegram. I think what are they doing? I think Telegram is trying to relaunch their blockchain or their coin. I don't know exactly what's going on. Chainlink is trying to move up. So is Monero. Cosmos is trying to do the exact same thing. Ape coin is up by 1.22%. Internet computer is up by 2.4 as well. Yeah, it looks like everything is trying to move on up. Let's see where the rest of the day takes us. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it's absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, subscribing, and or supporting the channel in your own way. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.